Hello and welcome to the Soulful Cup. This is Star and I am here to guide you in a tarot healing meditation. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different as I continue expressing this modality of healing. It evolves and I'm very excited to see where it's going to be headed because it already is something so complex and complete. I've been working on putting this together for many years, and I've been using it for many years. So, yeah. So today we are going to be focusing on the need for appreciation, which means that if you may be feeling unseen, unheard, maybe the energy that you're putting forward is not being appreciated, it's not being reciprocated, it's not being rewarded, it's not being received. And this is the healing session for you if you're feeling that, right? Whatever emotions that may be evoking in you. Take deep breaths. I've decided to talk to the camera as if I was talking to me, because that way the message will be more personalized. My dear audience, my dear listener, I hope that right now in this moment you are sitting down in a comfortable position. You don't have anybody around you or any risk for interruption. And maybe if you have headphones on, better. I am so sorry that lately you've been missing appreciation. I am sorry if the words, the things that you've read and learned, all of the judgments and maybe unrequited advice that you've received in the past is creating a barrier between you and the blessings that are being showered your way. I am sorry if you've been struggling with sleepless nights, if you've been crying. Deep breath. This healing session is made just for you. You will feel soothed, and by the end of the session, you will feel empowered. You'll feel like you have the quality of appreciation just oozing out of you, and you will feel appreciated. You will feel like you can magnetize appreciation to you, and therefore you are going to feel empowered, as I mentioned. Take a deep breath. How does your chest feel? Can you try to relax it? How does your ribs feel? How does your stomach feel? Maybe making a little noise as you exhale. Imagining oxygen filling up your head as you inhale. And thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide in this healing session. In the past, you felt it was necessary to take advice from others to learn, to study how you should do things to have a better outcome. And this may be stuff that you're still carrying in your mind. Take a deep breath and let it out. Today we're going to release some of those things, especially 5 specific things that you have been carrying with you. And I always call these swords the shoulda, coulda, wouldas. And I say swords because this is the card that I'm reading right now. The 7 of Swords. Okay, so we're going to be purging about 5 things. Just by you being here, things are being released. Every single time I ask you to shake your body. I ask you to breathe. I ask you to make noise. By the things that I'm saying, we're releasing all these things. So the intention behind doing the things the way that you should do them, right? Or thinking about like, okay, maybe I should do things this way or that way, or, you know, planning things out. The intention behind it is pure, which is giving maybe your inner child and the people around you, not the people around you, a very specific person around you that you care very much about. And this could be a family member, this could be anything, okay? It could be a romantic partner. But I see very, very pure intentions here. And this is why maybe you are trying to do things by the book. Deep breath. Okay, I'm seeing that there might be a lack of true focus, meaning the mind can think about all of these structures, but or these tools and then, you know, these ways of doing things. But if they're not your way of doing things and your way of going through life and following your purpose and all that stuff, then maybe you're leading yourself astray. Take a deep breath, fill up your lungs. I'm gonna go get something. One moment. Oh my goodness. Stay there. Okie dokes, where am I gonna put them? Right here. Okay. This cushion is so annoying. Okay. And what a mess. Hello everyone and welcome to the mess of the Soulful Cup. So take a deep breath. Grounding yourself back in. I grabbed something that I could maybe focus on while I'm talking to you, to even bring us even deeper into the softness of the healing session. Okay. Deep breath, fill your chest. Use your discernment if you have any medical conditions or if you have any sensations that may need medical attention. I'm just someone reading off of cards here. Deep breath and out. Okay. We're falling into a beautifully laid healing session here. The ability to calm the waters of the mind. This is where we're trying to get to, because right now what I'm seeing is a lot of fire in the mind, meaning there might be a lot of your energy being kind of wasted, redirected into all of this mental planning. And that may be the reason why you're not feeling appreciated, because it's like all of this energy is being spent. And what I see here on the energy line is that you have been working very, very hard, okay? And because the work has been directed towards something that's not supposed to be, like it's not aligned with you, then we fall into I'm juggling too much and I feel like I have no support. And so you fall into that lack. Take a deep breath. If any of you are mothers, I hear you. I hear you. Take a deep breath. That is the emotional softness that I needed us to drop into. You are absolutely safe in this environment to be in this emotional, soft and vulnerable place of tiredness. It's time to let go of those ideas, of the things that you should do, of how you should be doing things. It is time to let everything out, and the stuff that was good advice, the stuff that was bad advice, the stuff that was judgments and criticisms, and the stuff that was maybe even appraisal. Receiving praise for something that you shouldn't have been doing anyways. When our parents teach us to people please, that's one good example of what I'm talking about. Like, just receiving praise for something that you shouldn't have been doing. It's time to let that go now. So we're going to breathe. Out. Thank you for allowing me to be your guide in this healing session as we're dropping in deeper and deeper into this soft, vulnerable space. Breathe. I am your mother right now in this moment. tell me, complain to me. Tell me all of the awful feelings that, I don't want to say awful, but that's how they feel, right? They are uncomfortable and, yeah, unpleasant feelings that we've been experiencing due to this imbalance. Out they go. My darlings, you are so fucking loved. Deep breath. In this moment, you are in a safe place, connecting to a nurturing voice, a nurturing guidance. Breathe. Now, what I see is the emotional sovereignty, the empowerment of saying, I can feel and I can experience something outside of the parameters that have been set for me in the past. Breathe. I can feel anger and frustration. I can rebel against the parameters, the walls, the entrapment that I've been in. Breathe. Yes, I can. Looking at the energy here, the vitality. Okay. This is where the vitality is continuing to get replenished. It's like going down on this system, right? Things are going well. Like, I feed myself. I take care of myself. You know, the intentions are there for that, and therefore it's happening. I mean, the energy is not looking bad at all, the vitality. And if you don't feel that that resonates, it might be that you're not even like aware that it's pretty darn good right now. And it's like you're feeding it. But then what's happening after? That's the question. What's happening with that vitality that you're replenishing? Where's it going? Yeah. Breathe. Fill up your chest to capacity and out, 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 out. I see an absolute slam dunk in terms of getting what you want. This appreciation that you seek, I mean, it's not a question of if you're gonna have it. It's a question of, are you gonna finish this healing session? And already you're getting, things. This healing session is not as, it doesn't seem as, it isn't. It's not as heavy as other ones that I've done, even though there's a lot of emotion to it. But the lack of alignment here was just a little tweak. It wasn't much. It has a huge effect emotionally, but it's just tiny. Compared to other healing sessions where you see a much more complexity and entanglement in the faculties. It might be that I have a lot of returning viewers. And for that, I thank you. Like, share, subscribe, do all that fun YouTube stuff, please. Thank you. There are people that out there that really need this, you know, and if it resonates with you and you're the one who needs it, man, you're welcome. Welcome here, you know. And if you don't resonate so much, and maybe there's a lot of mental chatter, or you maybe don't feel like coming back to my readings, that's okay. But there might be somebody else out there that actually needs it. So just spread it as you see fit. Thank you so much. Let's drop into the vitality and let's look at that. Like I said, you know, super recharged. If you've been also going out in the sun, there might be some places that are like pretty warm right now. If you've been in contact with nature, even with children, I see like fun time, structured fun time. Oh man, maybe one of you is a teacher. But yeah, I mean, I feel like you've been getting replenished. It's like the point of it. And but at the same time, it's like as much replenishment as you have been doing, even more of it is being kind of funneled out into action, and into planning, like a lot of planning, and maybe like making decisions and then contradicting yourself. That can be there, or maybe not even contradicting yourself, but like thinking it over and over and over and over, like, let me flesh this out more. I don't think I have full clarity on this. So all that energy, even more energy than you've been like replenishing, is going out that way. And it might be that you have a lot of responsibilities. Children just keep coming out, you know. So yeah, this might be a mother's healing session, like especially there might be a lot of mothers in the viewers. Anyways, just take a deep breath. Now, again, I see a lot of energy being put forth, but it's like, okay, it just clicked. This is what's happening. You might be doing something that you really, really love. And it makes you so inspired. It makes you want to like put all of that energy into it. And at the same time, your mind has taken over the whole planning thing and whatnot. And that's where all the energy is going to, instead of it going to like actually fructifying, you know. Although I do see literally fructification at the end of the reading, right? But this is the situation as it has been, and as we move forward in the reading, things get better, right? You are so freaking loved. You're so beautiful. And I'm not talking about attractiveness. I'm talking about true beauty. The beauty of like being a soul that can connect with other human beings and empathize with them and have desires to support the world, in whatever way you can. You are so beautiful. in every decision that you make that is aligned with yourself. You are so beautiful for allowing yourself to have a healing session like this one. Breathe. Thank you for allowing me to be your guide now. Feeling trapped in your responsibilities not only has feeling trapped in your responsibilities in this case can be directly linked to the fact that what's happening in reality and what's happening in your mind are two different things. The whole planning stuff and whatnot, instead of kind of reacting in the moment, like, okay, I'm taking these steps in this project, and as I take steps, then I see the next step. I intuit my decisions using my discernment, which is having all of these faculties aligned and simply knowing what to do. There's no doubt. There's no need to think. There's no emotional, waves. And the body is completely on agenda, right? So you're reacting effortlessly to each thing as it comes at you, kind of like Guitar Hero. So yeah, because you haven't been in the present moment, because of this misalignment that was here. Well, it might be that you're not even accepting the support that you're needing, which in turn makes you feel appreciated, makes your work feel appreciated. Yeah, it's kind of like feeling trapped in the responsibilities, but it's because the mind is driving you cuckoo. It's just when you can't, you quiet it down as much as we've been able to do in different parts of this healing session, right? When you quiet it down, then you're able to enjoy what you're doing, because at the end of the day, you're doing it because you wanted to. I mean, this is very clearly indicated by, I have you flanked by the Queen and the King of Wands, which is like all this beautiful inspiration, and that is flanking this idea that was super, super like innocent and loving and of service, right? This intention is very inspiring to you. So being able to remember that after your mind has quieted down, after your heart has kind of purged all this crap that didn't belong there, right? Because it's the experience that you were having. Your mind was trapping you in a certain pattern, and the heart was feeling some feelings about that. So now that we're on this stage of the healing session, where things are kind of falling more into place, and we're seeing clearly exactly how and why we're not maybe accepting appreciation and help, and if you feel like, there's an external factor, yeah, there are external factors. All the external factors mirror what's going on inside. And so, the misalignment that was going on here was maybe provoking a response of lack of appreciation as well. It's very subtle. Sometimes we say things, but when we don't mean them, we may change words, use synonyms, use little articles in the sentence that change the whole meaning of the sentence. And we don't even notice, but it's because we are feeling some feelings and it does come out. And when you think you're saying and what you're saying does not match, and this is one of the many examples of how your internal state influences your external world. This is when we have miscommunication. Maybe you're dating somebody and you say one thing and then the other person said, no, but you said this. And you're like, no, that's not what I said. Right? Then you go back to the text. Both of you can look at the same text and say, no, you see, you said this meant that. And you're like, no, this meant this other thing. So, hope I'm driving this point. It's like when things are not aligned inside, the world outside gets affected. So we're going to open up now to receiving, because we understand that we love what we're doing very, very much, very, very much. We're so inspired to do it. And now we're going to drop in a little bit more to be present. And, the more we purge, come back maybe to the healing session a couple of times and purge out whatever feelings you may have about not having appreciation. The more you clean that up, the more you can drop into the present moment. Breathe. The mind is quiet. The heart has some solace. If things keep coming up, we keep breathing into them. Very good. And the vitality now has focus, a better focus. Vitality is almost automatic. It's something that, if the mind and the heart are doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is being a little bit more quiet for the mind, or alerting us that something is not in alignment, right? And for the emotions, just to experience the world. And then the vitality just kind of falls into place. Your body does not do anything that your heart doesn't want to. Okay? Let me repeat that. Your body does not do things that your heart doesn't want to do. For example, have you ever gone on a date and you really didn't like the guy and he goes in for the kiss? And I'm using a guy example because I'm a lady, want to take it personally, whatever. And you don't like him, and when it's like the, what is that called? Time zero or whatever. I can't remember the phrase, but anyways, when it's like that crucial moment, you just kind of back away or something, that's the body's response, fight, flight, freeze, or being completely stable and focused. And that is only a result of the mind and the heart playing the roles properly, which we have aligned in this situation today. Tap yourself on the back. Very good. Breathe. Breathe. Tap yourself on the back. Okie dokes. Are you ready for the good stuff? Here's the good stuff. In terms of consciousness, I see somebody kind of going within and really connecting with their higher self, really connecting with the collaboration between self and higher self. What does that mean? Is that moment when you do free writing and everything just comes out and you feel like somebody has, listened to you? Like you've kind of like let everything out and you're good. You're so relieved. or feeling like you sat down with a really, really good friend and cried something out. You know, that's you connecting to your higher self. That moment where you're just like, that was so good. I'm so present. I'm so ready. I am so inspired. I am so focused in this present moment. In in my need. And in that moment, you feel appreciated. So maybe in this moment you're feeling appreciated because somebody spent some time making a video that helped you get in touch with your feelings, helped your mind calm down a little bit, right? You just appreciated yourself by sitting here and listening to this video. You are so loved. Okay. Okay. This is what I see coming after this session as a result. Somebody looking beyond the limitations, like as if they didn't even exist, as if all the problems and limitations were fog. And you're looking beyond the fog, because the fog is nothing, you can walk through it. Looking beyond the fog and seeing growth. So I'm gonna have you guys, the fruit of your labor. I want you guys to meditate on appreciating your fruit of your labor, like what you have worked hard for in this life, whatever that may be. That's what you're gonna focus on. Let it resurface. Let it, allow it to resurface. This is judgment time. As you can see under the dirt there is good stuff and bad stuff. There are treasures and jewels and all these things. And you have the shovel. You have the tool, which is meditations like this, whatever other tools you may have, to look at your shit truthfully and honestly. Breathe. Breathe into your lungs, into your ribs, I mean. I want you to appreciate what you have brought forth. And in the middle of that appreciation of what you have brought forth and manifested already, if anything comes up that may be not as pleasant, it's like, ooh, I brought forth something here that I don't like, then let it out, let it go, let it be, let it, let your emotions about it, release your emotions about it. If it's something that you don't need anymore, declutter it. If it's a connection that you need space from, take it. Everything needs to be looked at, everything, so that you may be able to experience, actually, truly experience the result of your work, the blessings that are coming your way, because you've magnetized them, you have, manifested them. Getting out of the way of our own manifestations by releasing the stuff that does not serve us. Appreciation. When was the last time you felt appreciation? Was it a little postcard, a little comment, a hug, recognition, actual recognition? Did you feel appreciated today during this reading? Did you feel appreciation for somebody else? Yes, because the quality of appreciation can be felt in the giving and in the receiving. In the giving and in the receiving, yes. So if you feel appreciation for somebody else, you're still feeling appreciation, the quality of appreciation. So now we're going to go ahead and get grounded. I think we're ready to let this healing session be where it is. Always remember that you're in control of this video. You can rewind, you can replay, you can pause it in different times and, take more time to purge, things like that. So thank you for allowing me to be your guide today. We're going to get grounded quickly with this meditation that we've decided to focus on. So the way I do this is we're going to start with a sensory scan, right? Look around you. What shapes, colors, what shapes, colors, and textures do you see around you? Do you appreciate any of those things? Are any of those things a result of your hard work? Now let's do that with the rest of the senses. What do you smell? What do you taste? What do you hear? What do you touch with your skin or your hands? Yes. Go forth, my children. Con el poder del uno. Okay. Here we go. I don't want to stomp the sofa. Here we go. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore, and love is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love is meant for me and you. Love was meant for me and you. Te amo desde el primer momento en que te vi. Hace tiempo te buscaba, ya te imaginaba así. Porque te amo, aunque no es tan fácil de decir. Y te digo lo que siento con estas palabras. Te amo, te amo. Te amo. Oh, wait, this one goes here. Tal vez si nos hubieran visto. No podías faltarnos la luna. Verte a mi lado y poderte decir te amo. Te amo. Uy, la espada. La doncella y la espada. Joder. aunque no es tan fácil de decir. Y revivo lo que siento con estas palabras. ¿Cómo es? Y te digo lo que siento con estas palabras.